Hello and welcome to the 176th installment of the Synapse Misfire Podcast. I'm your host, Chris, joined by other host, Jordan.
That's me, baby.
Jordan!
Yeah.
Where do we put this dang old thing?
This dang old thing can be found on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Radio Public, Spotify, Pocket Cast, and the RSS feed, all linked below. We also have YouTube, which has a video platform along with the Spotify. And you can contact us via email, synapsemisfire@pm.me. Send your comments, questions, concerns, death threats, and Little Kitty Big City photo mode. And as always, Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah. We'll be there eventually.
Eventually, depending if we survive. You never know.
Yeah, we'll see. Sometimes, I think, honestly, I've been reading the forecast, the weather forecast, and there's actually a massive meteor, like straight from outer space, that's headed to this location within the next 8 minutes.
Damn. So we get a real 7 minutes in heaven, huh?
I mean,
Shit.
right on camera, too.
Right. What's the matter? The camera ain't gonna survive. Somehow the one thing left is an SD card.
The SD
Perfectly on
card,
top.
it ejects from the camera, from the explosion, into a computer, rips the right file, and uploads it to our YouTube channel.
Yeah. To our YouTube channel, directly to, like, my school account. Like,
Directly to, like, all your coworkers, your family.
Oscar in heaven. Like,
He's
like, what the
He
fuck?
gets it on his email. He's like, what the hell's this?
And he's like, okay. He's like, I knew it. I knew he disappeared every couple weeks for a reason.
I knew it.
Fucking knew it. Chris, what have you been up to?
Oh, we're shooting from the hip today. Yeah, I fucking died yesterday, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I was driving my heart, and I crashed it. I got into a heart accident.
Yeah. You're welcome to talk about it. I know it, but I didn't want to bring it up unless you did.
No, I was experiencing some kind of heart palpitations of some kind. So I'm like, I'm not interested in dying. So I went to the emergency room, and turns out not dying.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I just got this thing where it's just one of them things.
Yeah, your heart's just out of sync somehow.
Yeah, sometimes. And then, I'll know in like 100 years when I see a heart doctor.
Yeah.
But all in all, not dying, which is good.
Could be a little bit worse, yeah.
It could be worse. I could have like a very bad condition instead of like a minor condition.
Yeah. So, that's a plus.
Yeah, so that's what's been consuming my mind.
Yeah. Quite the shock when I'm here Saturday night at a fire, and then I'm like, yeah, Chris, I'll see you Friday for the podcast. And I text Chris on Thursday, like, yo, does this plan sound good for you tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm in the hospital.
And the response I get is, rain check on that. I'm in the ER. My heart no work.
I'll have to get back to you on that, man.
Yeah. Like us. Okay.
There's a whole thing, like, turns out when you go to the hospital, you got a lot of people that just are worried about you.
Yeah.
That's why, personally, if I'm ever at the hospital again, don't ever worry about me. Just be like, and then I'll let you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna like, you're gonna get, the only communication you're gonna get is a letter that says I've died in the hospital.
Yeah. That's why I sent just like a message that was just like, yeah, let me know if you need anything. Like, good luck. Like, fuck. I was like, shit, this isn't good. So
especially when when you send like a cryptic email in the middle of the night to your manager saying like, hey, I'm not gonna be in. I was in the hospital all night. Turns out people get a little worried when you do that.
Yeah, I could see why. What you should do next time is just schedule a message for like 5 a.m. That's like, unfortunately, I have passed away. And then cancel it if you don't pass away.
It's going to be a scanned copy of my death certificate.
They already had it pre-printed before you were dead.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make it in today. See attached. It's a PDF of my death certificate.
The reply from your manager is, that's coming out of your PTO, bro.
That's coming out of your Come on, bro. Quit messing around.
I expect you here Monday, first thing. No questions asked.
The pallbearers, they bring my casket into the office.
Chris, what do you think on this? Your corpse is just fucking Weekend at Bernie's on the couch.
The sunglasses on, like.
A week goes by. Man, Chris hasn't showered in a while, man. He's kind of stinky.
Hey, he's been sitting in that same chair.
Your face just like gloops off.
He just hasn't moved in 5 weeks, and his skin's getting all loose.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on?
And
he's blue.
The cleaner was in here the other day, and he said there was a bunch of worms around his desk.
Yeah, he's blue. They tried to move him, and he was like a board.
They tried to move him, and his arm fell off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I've been up to, not dying.
We're actually recording this on a Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got vacation.
What's the exact date and time and location and room number you're going to be at?
You did this bit last time, Chris. Stop reusing material.
I'll kill you with a gun.
Chris is out of jokes. He's reusing material. He's getting chick-canned.
I've never been funny, you know?
Yeah. Even in death.
Even in death, not funny. That's what I was going to say on my tombstone.
Dude, that is fucking...
Not funny.
That is heinous.
That's it. No other, like, just not funny.
Oof. Yeah. Yeah. No, actually, if you die after this, it wasn't minor after all. That's all it says.
Turns out. That's it.
Surprise! Oh man.
So it seems a little more major than I thought.
My tomb should just say, still managed to exceed the Duncan budget.
This because of how much this funeral costs, my Duncan budget got cut.
So let's see at my funeral. Walks up to the wake to the casket. She's like, I'm gonna be honest, man, we gotta make some changes to our finances.
We gotta talk about the Duncan budget.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
We spent all this money on this funeral.
Yeah. Who do you fucking think you are, man? That was our savings.
You are. We spent all this money. It's a lot of money to die.
Yeah.
You know that?
Dude, yeah. It is. It's a lot of money to die.
I've also played Baldur's Gate.
I was gonna ask if you played anything specifically.
I played Baldur's Gate.
You get back into it, or you kind of...
I made a new save,
and
I've done like about the same thing that I've done on my other save.
Are you solo or multiplayer?
I'm playing solo.
Nice.
I have me and a battalion of bad bitches that follow me.
Oh shit! Okay.
So I have only female companions.
Chris is gonna try to romance every single one of them,
and then get struck down every single time.
I thought if I had 30 companions, someone would say yes. They all said no.
I feel like at a certain point, you know, like one of them's got to say, yes.
I mean, yeah, if one says no and then you kill them and then you ask the others.
Yeah, like I could just like, if you say no, as I'm just saying that like I could not pick you up if you go down in battle.
Yeah.
I could just like not use that like fucking revive scroll on you if you die.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just saying like
might be worth it in the long run.
In the, you know, a little bit of suffering for like not dying.
A little bit of suffering. Man, I've never heard love be called that.
It's the same thing as the fucking... Have you ever seen the implication bit from Always Sunny?
No.
They buy the gang buys a boat, and Dennis and Mac are shopping for boat stuff, and he goes, and Dennis goes, the whole idea of buying a boat is you get the ladies drunk on the top deck, and then you take them below deck to a nice soft bed, and then, you know, they can't say no because of the implication. And it's funny. And Mac is like, you keep using this word, implication. I'm not sure what you mean.
Yeah.
Are these women in danger, Dennis?
Very much so.
No one's in danger. It's just the implication.
It's implied.
So...
There you go.
That's the kind of bit I was doing, because she's not going to say no because of the implication.
Yeah.
I could let her die in battle.
Yeah. You could, you just don't have to, you know. You could go out of your way.
A lot of I will say playing Baldur's Gate as a young man is like getting a hold of a Barbie as a little boy, because you're like, I want to see what the tits look like. Because you can just pull off all your clothing.
Yeah.
Anyone in your party. Like, I want to see what it looks like.
Oh, I see boobies. Yeah. That's...
I ain't never seen one of them before.
So, Chris, I have a question. I saw you're still in Act 1, but how did you get to 5,300 hours?
Dude, don't ask.
The tits, dude. The tits are crazy. There's this ogre bitch in my party.
Listen, I'm just saying, I've just spent a lot of time looking at Karlak.
Is that one of your party members?
Yeah. I've just spent a lot of time.
Someday I'll play Baldur's Gate 3. Someday.
It's one of those games. You know?
I tried Divinity 2, the game before that. And it was alright. I don't know. It wasn't... I don't know. It's not my kind of game, but... I don't know. It may come and go.
It's definitely because it is essentially D&D.
Yeah.
And the thing I hate about it the most is that I can't just do stuff. Like,
how so?
In combat, I can't just do stuff. I have to, okay, wait your turn, and then you gotta roll to see if you hit. And then if you don't
just don't do nothing.
Yeah, and then you gotta roll to do this to see if it hits, and then if it hits, oh no, never mind. You didn't roll a 17 or higher, so you miss with your battle axe somehow.
From 14 inches away.
And you're not able to fight again. So, you can only swing once every 10 years, actually.
Yeah.
So, good luck.
I always thought with D&D 5e, which is the rule set that's based off of, it was kind of dumb how a turn is actually 10 seconds, but you do only get one attack action, unless you're like a monk with flurry of blows or something. Like, imagine every 10 seconds, you have this battle axe. Every 10 fucking seconds, you just go, huh.
Yeah, granted, I have other stuff now, like, I have people who have, action surge, so you can get an additional action by sacrificing your bonus action.
Yeah.
Or I have, on my custom character, I have, I don't know, some perk of, being a barbarian where you can get... If you're enraged, you can do a main hand attack as a bonus action.
Yeah.
So I have things like that. And because that shit, it just tries my patience a lot. You're telling me I can't just walk up and then click a mouse and then damage this guy. I have to wait.
Yeah. That's why I kind of like Diablo. You ever play Diablo?
No.
Diablo is kind of cool because it's got that asymmetric view. It's got the similar camera controls and stuff, but it is just you click a mouse and you damage the guy. That's kind of the thing. I would like to play Diablo 4 if it wasn't so heavily monetized.
Didn't they release some mobile thing?
Diablo Immortal. That was years ago.
And then I remember that so distinctly because they announced it. We're announcing this new Diablo Immortal, this new fucking Diablo mobile game, and everyone went, "Oh!"
Well, everyone booed them.
Yeah,
and then he was like, "You all have phones."
Yeah, but no one wants to play a fucking mobile game, dude.
And then I heard it was actually pretty good too. That's the funny thing.
Well,
but it's still just a mobile game.
You don't get credit for making a good mobile game.
I just don't see the appeal.
Listen, the primary people who are on their phones playing games are A, really young children, and B, people on the shitter.
Yeah, I just feel like the crossover between Diablo fans and mobile gamers is a very niche, minimalist crossover.
Yeah, no one plays this shit.
If it's a new IP, cool. But Diablo, the heavy PC game that any person who grew up with PC gaming that's in their 30s now this would be for is yo, I remember Diablo back in fucking early 2000s on my PC, but none of them want that shit on their phone.
Releasing a Diablo game exclusively for mobile would be like releasing NBA 2K exclusively for PC.
Yeah. Yeah, imagine if the next Spider-Man PS5 game, whatever, they're we're actually releasing it on iOS and Android only.
We're releasing that shit on my fucking Amazon Roku Fire TV stick.
That's the next Spider-Man game. Totally canonical to Spider-Man 2 on the PS5, by the way.
It's on the Fire TV, so it runs at 4 frames per second. Because it's the same, graphics. We didn't optimize it at all.
No.
We just shoved it into an Android app.
Yeah, it's like actually a frame, give or take every 30 seconds.
You get one frame every now and then.
Yeah. Occasionally you get a still image occasionally.
It's not even a slideshow, because at least a slideshow you can kind of predict when the speaker's going to change the slide. You get nothing.
Yeah, slideshows have like animations too. This has none of that.
That would be just funny if it was like a frame and then between each frame was like a fucking Microsoft PowerPoint transition.
Fucking cube, it punches out.
Like the frame comes in and like does a cartwheel and shows up.
Fucking like a arrow comes spinning in, pointing at Venom. And then a text box fades in and just says, "Oh no."
The fucking like old Batman cartoons where it goes like it's a big text box that just kapow. and then you see it's like it goes back and forth with the frames like boom boom.
Yeah, no. Then there's audio that has to play, so it's a YouTube link you have to click on.
And it's not even like a link. It's just the text, so you have to just type it in because you can't copy and paste it at all.
No,
you just have to type it in, and it's just like a generic royalty-free punch sound effect. And you're gonna watch an ad, like you punch it in, and it's like a minute-long ad, and you're like, okay. Skip ad.
This must be something good.
Ad number 2. All right, skip.
It's a second. Done. Oh my god.
Hey, did YouTube like change their layout for you for like a day, and then change back
on mobile?
On desktop?
I don't think so.
Because they did that to me. I was on YouTube, and I opened some videos, and they changed the whole look of the website. For like 2 days.
Yeah, admittedly, I don't watch a ton of desktop YouTube, but mobile didn't.
And then they just changed it back.
Did they change it for better or worse?
Oh, no, the new layout was way shittier. I think the layout they have now is as good as it's going to get, I think.
Yeah, I don't really know what you could do better on mobile. I mean, I'm sorry, on desktop.
Like, it's it's perfect. You have video, right? The video's here. You have more videos over here. And then you have comments down there.
And then a search bar at the top.
And then a search bar up there. I don't think you can get much better.
And didn't they actually update this to desktop? Because I really wanted this for a long time. Can't you search in the search bar and hit enter, and it will picture your video? It won't just like close the video.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you can't get much better than that. Because that was always the biggest thing. That's my biggest gripe. It was like I had to open a new tab to search something because I would lose the video.
Yeah. See, if you're an ape like me, you just open a new tab anyway.
I mean, monkey do what monkey does.
And then every month or so, you have to go through and cull 37 YouTube tabs. So you're like, I'm not going to watch this shit.
Yeah.
Why did I open this?
Yeah. Chris's RAM is like, please empty me.
That's why I have 64 gigs. It's like Firefox, I'm not kidding, regularly will use like 12 gigs of RAM.
Jesus Christ.
Because I'll have multiple windows and then like probably anywhere from like 20 to 50 tabs open at any given time between all the windows.
That's a lot of tabs, man. That's a lot of tabs.
And they're not like light tabs either. They're all like YouTube tabs.
Yeah. So they're high demand.
So it's like constantly eating the shit out of my RAM.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Couldn't be me.
I've given some thought, speaking of RAM, I've given some thought to a few things.
Mm-hmm.
I've given some thought to maybe upgrading my computer at some point, but I'm not. I think that's a little off my purview at the moment. Mm-hmm. I've also given some thought to sending this boy out to pasture and getting something a little newer.
The ThinkPad, really? A newer ThinkPad or like...
What? I'm thinking about it. I might get like a T490 or something, because you can get one. It's like i7 8th generation, and you can put, I think, either 32 or 64 gigs of RAM in it.
Mm-hmm.
And an i7 with 32 gigs of RAM, and it's not this shitty plastic anymore. It's all metal, which I like a lot more. And it uses less power, and it has more ports, and it has we can just plug in a USB-C. When this came out, USB-C didn't exist, so...
Yeah.
And we would have decent data transfer speeds, things like that.
Yeah. How much does that run you?
You can get a used one for like $400.
That's not bad.
Yeah. So I'm also thinking about maybe getting like an old Dell workstation machine, like a precision, like 77 whatever machine. They're big and they'll have like fat ass GPUs in them, and like an i9 or something, and 64 gigs of RAM, and they're fucking crazy, but they're huge. And
Well, they're full tower, right?
Well, they're the laptop ones are full fucking 17-inch.
Oh, it's a laptop. I gotcha.
They do have desktops that have the same name.
Yeah.
One of which I do have. I have one.
I thought you did. I remember there being a big ass Dell one around.
It's in my room, and it's a dual socket 2011-3 machine.
Xeon, right? Didn't it have the
Yeah.
Xeon?
So I have two. I think I have two 12-core Xeons in it. And I think the best ones you can get are like 18, I think. But they were expensive, really expensive when they were new. And last I looked, which is like 4 years ago, granted, not enough of them had been decommissioned to bring the price down. But now I think enough of them have been decommissioned that the price would come way down. Mm-hmm. And I think that would make an interesting machine for somebody. I would use it for something.
Something.
Don't know what.
Lots of Firefox tabs.
I would use it, yeah, because I think those can hold like half a terabyte of RAM.
Jesus Christ.
I would load it up with 5,000 Firefox tabs.
Every video in YouTube's archive is open.
Every video I will watch for the next 6 months is in RAM.
Yeah.
At the moment.
That's fucking insane. That would be crazy.
But I just don't have a use for that much power.
But yeah, beyond just saying you have it. Yeah.
Same thing with like the laptop. It's like, do I really need a laptop that's like big and heavy and can do like a decent, it's a decent workstation laptop? Do I really need all that? Probably not.
Yeah, that's tough. If you were starting to take like editing on the go or something, then maybe, but
that's why I also considered getting like a used M1 MacBook Air or something.
Say, yeah. Use Final Cut or some shit.
But like my bottom line is I want something that has better I/O. This has a ton of I/O, I will say.
Dated, yeah.
It's just old. Yeah. There's like 2 USB 3 ports on this. The rest are USB 2.
And if you use them both at the same time, they're like, oh my god.
The only video out on this is a VGA.
That's awesome. That's so crazy.
I'd like to have something with maybe like an HDMI out, and then like some USB-Cs or USB 3.1 ports or something.
Yeah.
And like a more modern i7, which I don't know. I feel like laptop chips aren't what they used to be, man. Because this doesn't bog down very much, and this isn't old. But this laptop chip, is a 45-watt chip.
Is it really? Holy fuck,
this
dude. Yeah, most laptops now are like 15 or 25.
This is before they figured out the low power, the low TDP.
Fuck, man.
This is a 45-watt chip.
I think there's some out there from AMD that are 7.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Like I have a newer i7 in my work laptop, and that shit chugs.
Yeah.
That shit fucking chugs. It's like it doesn't want to do anything, and like I don't understand. I don't get it.
How is this better?
How is this thing consistently better? And I feel like they were just dumping way more power into these things.
Yeah, it's kind of like the emissions thing, you know?
Yeah, where there was like a period of time. There was like a period of time where, you would get like an 87-liter V8, like a fucking legitimately like a 7.5-liter V8, and it would make like 130 horsepower.
Yeah.
I don't understand. You have to be trying to pull that off.
Yeah. How many cinder blocks can we put in this thing to slow it down?
I don't understand how they pulled that off.
Yeah, I don't get it.
But It might be something like that where they're like, we want to prioritize battery life so much that like we don't want to dump a shitload of power into this because of battery life, or because of like maybe our charging system wasn't as robust as it used to be, or something like that.
Yeah. Even like stuff like the Steam Deck too, like that kind of proves that like a fucking APU can kick ass.
Yeah.
Like give it the full 15 watts, it can, you can do some legit tasks on the Steam Deck. Like you can have multiple tabs. You can do some light video editing and shit. Like it's a hell of a machine. And it's what? A third the size of like a modern laptop.
But also bottom line, it's running Linux.
True. As
much as I hate to say it, I have a love-hate with Linux. I love it, but I also vehemently hate it. It's like having, what's a good comparison? It's like having Jordan around.
Oh God.
Jordan's great and all, but like, God, sometimes I want to beat him to death with a hammer.
I thought you were gonna say a ham for some reason.
Yeah, I want to beat him to death with a whole spiral ham from the grocery store.
I'll just eat it as I'm just fucking smashed in the head with it.
Grab it like an old school Rust where you would have the rock.
Yeah.
Dunk, dunk, dunk.
Every time you grab it, there's just a bite taken out. You're like, what the fuck is going on?
That's your defense. But yeah, that's what using Linux is like. It's like it's great because it's faster, a lot of times more
less
convenient.
Bullshit.
There's way less shit running at any given time.
No ads.
There's a good chance that you're going to be able to find some alternative to whatever software that you want to use. I can't say how good that alternative will be, but it will certainly be an alternative.
Yeah.
And it's open source, so you can like, I don't like this feature of this package. Let me change it. And now I have my own branch of the Git repo that I just never upload. It's just my version of the fucking thing.
Yeah.
So it's great, but when you don't want to work on it, problems will appear.
Yeah, when you're not in the troubleshooter code mindset.
When you're like, I want to just fucking use this computer, it's going to be like, hey, listen.
Your partitions are not partitions.
Listen, did you know that the fucking dipshit Russian who maintains this one library on his fucking IBM ThinkPad from 2006 while smoking 87 packets of cigarettes a day, he forgot a comma here, and it's gonna break your whole system.
Yeah.
He got cigarette ash on his enter key, so
and stopped registering for just a second.
Stopped registering for a minute, and
he didn't know.
And then he pushed out an update, and because you're running Arch, we just gave you the update. Which says the other thing is you can choose when you want to update. Yeah. I could just not update ever if I wanted to.
That's what I was going to say. That's usually my sort of go-to is like, I'll wait for people to test this out.
Granted, also updating isn't a whole thing on Linux. Like,
it just kind of does it.
Yeah, you can just put in the command and it'll go.
Yeah.
You don't have to be like... Also, I can just prompt the update when I want it to, which for some fucking reason I can't do on Windows.
No.
When you want to update Windows, it's like, no, not right now. We're not doing it.
Yeah.
But when you're in the middle of something, you're like, I'm rendering a video. I'm just in the middle of a game, trying to bust a nut. I don't know. What else do you do on a computer, right? It's like, hey... You need to update right now. You need to update right this second. Hey, we're restarting your computer if you don't do anything right now. Okay, you didn't do anything. We're restarting.
Yeah, pretty much.
And so, all in all, what I'm trying to say is it'll work better. And the reason some systems seem like they work better is because they're running a Linux-based OS.
Yeah. Yeah.
And less shit is happening.
Less dookie shizen.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, you been playing anything else besides Baldur's Gate?
Nah.
How could you?
Nah, I've just been hanging around.
That fucking, what is that guy? Beetlejuice?
Yeah, me? Just hanging around. I've been playing real D&D.
Yeah, how's that been going? You've done, what, 2 sessions?
Yeah, we've done like 2.5 because we had like one that was split into 2, but it was like the same day.
Oh, so, yeah.
We've played like 2 different ones, and this was supposed to be a one-shot campaign, but we've just been fucking around so much.
That's how everyone tried.
It's like it's gonna be like a 3 or a 5 shot, you know.
The lady's like, I can't say it.
What's happening to you?
I'm trying to say the ladies like it, but I waterboarded myself. I'm good. The ladies like it, Chris.
We've been playing some real D&D, and it's I will say, a lot of fun.
Yeah. If you get a good crew going, that's fun.
But there's a lot of you kind of have to metagame a bit to be like, let's quit fucking around and like go and play this.
Yeah.
Because it is irritating that you are dealing with a group of real people rather than a group of like NPCs that you can direct.
Yeah.
Because if there's one party member who's like, I'm gonna act like a fucking idiot today,
yeah,
and then now we either like have a fight on our hands, or you know, something happens to one of us that like,
yeah.
So far the only trouble I've caused is I've caused everyone to get into drinking contests, and we've gotten into several fights with each other.
Made sense.
But the drinking contest was just you roll like a Constitution saving throw, and I did like the first one. At a certain point, like if you fail enough, you pass out. The first one I passed out, and then the second one, I won. And Alex has been playing with us, and he's been playing he's a female character, and I had to enlist some of the help of the tavern to get, to help me out. And one of the orcs stole him, dude.
What? He stole him?
Yeah. He saw a woman passed out on the floor and walked over and stole her.
Jesus Christ.
So that was...
Alex's butthole has never been more agape, dude.
And then I went out to try to do something, and then the owner of the tavern, who's like this wizard guy, turned the orc into ash instantly.
It happens.
So that was my thing, because I was the only person who witnessed that. So that was my thing, was like, hey, we shouldn't cause trouble here. I saw that guy fucking vaporize a dude last night.
Yeah.
He turned a guy into dust because he wanted to. The guy was causing a ruckus.
Yeah.
So he just cast fucking turn to dust on his ass.
Yeah. I in the campaign I'm playing right now, I don't cause a lot of trouble, but I just recently caused trouble for the first time, and it was monumental in scope. So we're doing a homebrew campaign entirely, and I mentioned it to you on the side before. It's basically dimension hopping, and there's different universes from real IPs in the real world or whatever. And one of those dimensions we ended up in was fucking space. It was like spacecraft, Star Wars bullshit. And
bro ended up in the Starfield dimension.
It's pretty similar. Like,
he showed up and he went, "Where's all the content?"
And on this adventure, I got a phaser that I didn't fully know how to use. I was somewhat proficient in it because it is a firearm. My character's a gunslinger, but I wasn't fully attuned, so I didn't really know how to work it or how to do things. And for my first ever firing of it, I have to roll to see what intensity it's on, because it can be tranquilizer or it can be a disintegrator. So I rolled, I used it, and I found out it was on disintegration mode, and I fucking eviscerated some guy. No big deal, happens. But I chose to leave it in that mode and not fiddle with it, so I knew it was always in eviscerate mode. Then a couple sessions go by, we get back to one of the home planets we started on. We turn in a quest. the lady's like, hey, you guys have been gone for 2 weeks. What the fuck happened? And we're what's considered like copper plates on this guild. And the NPC that the DM was playing or whatever was like, oh, makes sense. Coppers would get lost for 2 weeks. So then I said to her, I was like, listen, bitch, we went to space. We did all this shit. And she just was not rich. She was like, nah, you're lying. You're a bitch. And I said, is this lying? And I shot the ceiling. I blew up the entire building. And this building is extra precarious because it's a guild, but I didn't know until after I disintegrated the ceiling and collapsed the entire structure that it's also a monument from the old ruins in which this civilization was built upon. Bro. So we got chased out of town pretty bad. I think we're still on the run. I forget where we left off. But
that's crazy.
Last I knew, we fled over water. I was able to swim. I can't swim in real life, but I managed to swim across. And we're still on the run through the woods. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's been a lot of chicanery going. I think it also depends a lot on your DM.
Yeah, you need a good DM.
Because like when we were at this tavern, I went to like go inspect the ale because it was different than it was like the day before. And he goes, all right, roll for whatever, like roll for perception or some shit. Or I think investigation is like a dedicated throw.
Yeah.
And I was like, roll for this. And I got like a 2. And he's like, you don't notice shit. You don't notice anything about this fucking thing.
Yeah. Yeah, the DM does make a big part of it. So our DM that we use, my brother's friend Dave, he's pretty good. He takes it pretty serious, but he also throws in some funny moments. Like I think I mentioned this to you, how we did an Easter one-shot special on this campaign, and the Easter Bunny was this British fucking asshole who was recruiting us to find his missing eggs. And we were like, listen, bitch. So we found some of the eggs, but I shook one, and I heard something rattling, so I smashed the Easter Bunny's egg and got a fucking item. It's a hat that if I put it on, I pass out. And if someone else puts it on themselves, they pass out. But if you put it on someone or they put it on you, you don't. And then we started breaking all of them, and we got all these different items. Like there's a candle that's fireproof, so you can spread the wax on yourself and become fireproof. My sister just shoved it in her ass to see if it did anything. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, and then she fell. She got pushed by a guard and fell on her ass and took extra damage from it being shoved further into her ass. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
The DM just lets this happen.
Yeah. I was used as a battering ram at one point. So I'm playing as a dwarf.
Yeah. My brother's a halfling right now, and he's been used as a couple different things.
And after like 5 different attempts, I was finally I kept winning the saving throw. But like on the 5th go around, like the every time a door was encountered, this was brought up. So like on like the 5th go around, I finally lost the throw and I was used as a fucking battering ram.
That's wicked funny.
And I did like, I think I took like 3 damage from it, but it was after we were coming back from a battle, so I had like 4 health.
God damn.
And I got down to 1 health because of this. I said, if this kills me, I'm gonna kill you in real life.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna strangle you.
Our first campaign we did, my sister was a druid, and she could obviously shapeshift, and there was this whole part where there was just this octopus fucking with us. And she literally did the like, hold my hair, and she turned into an octopus and went underwater and started kicking this thing's ass as another octopus. Or it might have been my nephew, I forget who it was, one of them, just turned into one and started beating his ass.
Ripped his fucking beak out, bro.
Yeah. I think my sister got grabbed by the octopus, and no one can save her except for the druid who could turn into an octopus. So then I believe he turned into one and saved her or some shit like that. It was so funny. There's been some good times. There's definitely been some funny moments. There was our last campaign we did where we went to a fucking hell house where this fucking little girl was possessing people. So my sister got possessed and was acting weird, so I just like uppercutted her to see what would happen and like broke the possession. So.
Let's cause violence.
Yeah,
and see what happens.
It was a good time. Telling the ghost, I was like, bro, you're a fucking ghost. Fuck you. And then they attacked us. These vampires attacked us in an attic, bro, and I fucking yeeted one out of a window. That shit was cool.
That's crazy. We should recreate that in real life. We should do a ghost hunting show.
Yeah, we should. We'll make Alex the ghost every time. He'll get just absolutely bludgeoned to death.
We should make like a full production, like, you know, what was that? I think it was just called Ghost Hunters, like the Discovery show, where they'd be like, there's a fucking ghost in here, and they would record like a little on the tape recorder, and they'd be like, that's a fucking ghost, he's fucking a ghost.
He clearly just said the N-word. I heard it. I fucking heard it.
I feel like, granted, if you're getting a ghost from the 18th century, it's gonna happen eventually, right? They're gonna say that.
Yeah, very casual. They're talking about pancakes for some reason, and that comes in.
Well, yeah, I mean, granted, if you look into American slang from like the 1800s, there's a lot of slang terms that had the N-word in them.
Yeah.
That they just used that in casual conversation.
Could you imagine you get the opportunity to time travel? Like, yeah, take me back here.
And then I would show up and someone would go that and I go, what? You said what? They called Brazil nuts what? Look that one up. That one's funny.
Yeah.
They called them what? They were just saying this.
Just casually, like how I would say hi.
But we should do that like a ghost hunting show, but it's so over the top with the interactions. Like we get like a spike on the EMF reader, and we start like crying and shitting our pants, and kissing and having sex, and all at the same time.
There's an entire scene where the spike happens, and you go, and then a fucking fat hog flies into your mouth.
A disembodied ghost dick shows up.
It's Jasper's white stick, bro. His
Jasper's
glue stick.
a child, bro.
Oh shit! Hey, we don't know how long he's been dead. Okay.
I don't know if that rule applies if the ghost is still a child.
No. It's just a figment of your imagination, man. I said it was your mouth. We're good. You're the pedophile.
Non-consensually, I suppose.
You and Drake be hanging out much?
I think we could have the most like tuber reactions too, and be like,
dude.
Oh my god, bro, did you see that? The EMF went from green to yellow. Holy shit.
It definitely wasn't the microwave starting in the other room. You very clearly hear the of the microwave.
I was watching something recently about a ghost hunting like video that these people were making. It was a commentary video on that video, basically like debunking a lot of the shit that went on. Apparently there's this ghost hunting device that is fairly common that is used on like shows and stuff where it can be tripped with radio waves.
Oh, so you just hit like a walkie-talkie or something?
Yeah. And like this video had like a clip from a different video where they used the machine in it, and they were like, oh, this thing's going crazy. And it goes, yeah, because you're using the radio. And that was like part of the the ghost hunting video. And he goes, oh, okay. So yeah, apparently that's a trick that happens. I forget what the device is called. Yeah. But yeah, it can be tripped with radio waves.
Could you imagine? Remember those speed boxes like in what is it? Fanphobia? What the fuck is it called? Phasmophobia. Those fucking speech boxes. It's just a fucking radio. It's a walkie-talkie and a shoebox. Like, hello? Hello?
Yeah, it's just... I'm a ghost. I'm dead.
You're gay. Like, no, man. That'd be funny. Ghost, are you there? And it's just... Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Oh, Chris, he said it.
The Ouija board, it's saying P-E-N-I-S. Oh my god!
Hey, could you imagine? We make this film. We have the fucking literal shoebox with the microphone. It's like, we throw it in the air and just fucking shotgun it out of the air.
Pull!
I think that could be really funny.
Blow it into a million pieces.
Yeah. Oh, man. Eviscerate it.
That would be fun.
If only we had a budget.
If only.
Or time. Or Will.
Dude, who's Will?
Smith?
Dude, if we had Will Smith, I think we would get a lot more done.
I think so, yeah. Just don't talk about his wife. Keep her name out your mouth.
Bald head ass. I bet she wish she had hair like this, bro. I went fishing recently.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I went fishing. I didn't catch dick or balls.
I feel like that's 3 fishing trips I know of that you've been on, 2 of them with me, and we've never caught anything.
Well, see, here's the thing. I've been doing the research now. Because before, I was
like
just,
a witcher preparing potions.
I was just throwing a line in the water, just having a time. And that's what I did last week with fishing. I was like, throw my little line in the water, see what happens. I got this little bait and I'll just, I don't know,
Yeah.
cast a spell on it or something, and then see what happens there. And it turns out I wasn't far off what I was supposed to be doing. But what a lot of guys do, or what is best practice apparently, is you're supposed to put, which no one tells you this. They don't. There's no instruction booklet you get that
Right.
tells you like. A lot of guys use trailers, so they put like an extra thing on the bait, like on the lure, that has like some action out the bottom.
Yeah, like it looks like a fish swimming.
And the video I saw that had like, there was a guy talking about the same lure that I had of the same type. He's like, I've never caught anything on this without trailers on it. I'm like, fuck, I should have fucking watched this before I went.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go again this weekend, I think.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I've done some preparation and some research. Listen, I'm committed this summer to catching one fish.
Dude, you gotta get the fish so little kitty can fucking grow up.
Exactly. I'm gonna get a fish. I'm gonna bring it right back home to Chunk, and he's gonna not know what to do with it.
He's gonna be like, what the fuck is that?
He's gonna be like a koala. He's not even registered as food. You know, koalas. If koalas only eat eucalyptus, and if they see eucalyptus separated from the tree, like just a leaf, they do not register it as food.
Damn.
So that's how stupid they are. That's how my cat would be. He would walk up.
That's not in the water.
What the hell's this shit?
Yeah. Only seen those guys in the water. That can't be edible.
But I'm committed to catching one fish
Yeah.
this summer. It could be a bass,
Striper.
or a trout, or a
catfish.
catfish, or a dogfish even. Maybe even I'll settle even for a bluegill. Okay, if it's a big enough bluegill.
You should do the Animal Crossing, like, hold it out.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I know I'm gonna do a whole photo shoot when I catch this fish. I'm gonna be
Fucking
like
paparazzi.
I'm gonna bring out the camera. I'm gonna be like this. There's gonna be one like it's gonna be like picture day. There's gonna be one where I'm like this, and I have the fish. There's gonna be one where I'm like this.
And the fish isn't even in the photo. It's on the ground.
The fish is like on my shoulder. There's gonna be me, like one with me with the bait, and I go to bite it, and the fish bites it first.
Yeah. You fucking tongue in the fish is the next one. What the
It's
fuck?
me kissing the fish on its fish mouth.
Ugh, God. I don't know how people do that shit, man.
I saw a video of someone with a fish, like a fish that was already dead. They were using it for bait. They just bit the head right off the fish.
Fair enough.
That can't be sanitary, bro.
I wouldn't think so.
That thing came right out the water, and now you're putting it in your mouth.
Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't. Yeah. Usually you like descale them. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Right.
Weird.
Head right off. Call me a Yankee all you want. You fucking people need civilization down there, bro. If that's
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Yeah, if you're just biting.
You ever heard of a knife?
Yeah.
Use one.
Or food prep in general.
But they weren't using it for food. They were using it for bait.
Oh, fair enough.
But still, like, use a fucking knife.
Yeah, it's.
You're gonna get a disease.
Why am I dying so young? Well, look at all the fish you bit in half.
Yeah, it could be the fucking fish parasites you've inhaled because you've just been taking lake fish raw straight to the face. Not good for you.
Oh, that sounded like a fucking rap song line.
That's gonna be my new diss track on people who do that specifically.
That's fucking funny. Yeah, I caught a sea robin once. That was kind of cool. And a flounder.
No, that's a bird.
No.
No, that's the guy from Batman, dude.
Sea robin. Yeah, no, I caught the fucking sea robin once, and then I caught a flounder once. Dude, Flats the flounder. He's gonna beat me up.
I used to catch a ton of fish when I was younger, and there was someone at the helm.
And you just had to throw and pull. Yeah.
Someone at the helm who knew how to fish. Then I was catching fish. But here's the thing. If you just have like a little bobber, you throw a little worm out there, you're going to catch bluegill
Yeah.
all day. That's what I was catching. I want to catch a fat ass bass, dude.
Yeah. A big ass bass.
Big fat ass bass. I want to catch him and go, look at this guy. It's fucking bubble bass. And then I'm just gonna.
Where's my pickles?
Still no pickles.
Yeah, and then just fucking spike them back into the water.
Just for what you did to SpongeBob, and I spike him on the rocks.
You fucking snap him over your knee. It's like, oh my god. Bubble bass, bitch.
You know, and also in my research, what I found out, speaking of bass, is apparently when you hold them, you hold them by the mouth, but you gotta like hold them like this, like up, because apparently if you just hold them like this and their body flaps, you could just snap their fucking jaw.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense.
Which is fine if you're eating it, I guess.
Kind of fucked up, but yeah.
But I don't want to eat them. I want to...
Or kill them, yeah.
Yeah, like, go live a full life, I suppose. I'm just going to bother you for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone really was just like, yo, it's fun if we just fucking snatch this dude by stabbing him in the face.
Yeah.
Just pick him up and go, huh, and just yeet him back in the water.
You hit the Red Dead line. You, sir, are a fish. And you throw him back.
If you don't fucking say that when you catch I'd be pissed. Like, I will know.
Listen, I've got an idea in my head. I've been, doing the research, hitting the books.
Studying.
I've gotten some new equipment.
He has a shotgun. As soon as he sees a school of fish coming back, just blast.
I've also discovered bow fishing, which apparently is a thing.
Yeah.
You fish with a bow, which is fucking crazy.
Do they tie something to the end of the bow, or do they just?
Well, otherwise they would lose the arrow. I assume.
That's right, because I didn't know if they put like a bobber on or something to make.
Oh no! They put just like straight up just line on the end of it,
and they reel it in.
Like here, I know. Let's get the fish that way.
Yeah. I see you.
Fucking barbarians, bro. Granted, yeah, well, fishing with a hook isn't that much better, I guess.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You're ripping this thing's mouth open.
I feel that's better, though, than, like, accidentally taking the fucking tail off. Like, if you go a little too aggressively and you miss and you, like, hit the tail and then rip half of its tail off and it just tries swimming away, like, fuck.
Keep swimming in circles until it dies.
Yeah, I feel like that might be slightly, less humane, but whatever.
I should do spearfishing, too.
Spearfishing would be cool. Do the Assassin's Creed thing where you get in a little rowboat and you spearfish a whale.
Yeah, I want to go I'm gonna go whaling like it's fucking 1789.
That could be cool.
I want to go out in a rowboat with a bunch of scallywags and we're gonna
start throwing spears at this.
We're gonna spend, fucking 40 days and 40 nights sticking sharp sticks into this whale so we can suck his oil out.
Yeah.
And then use it to power lamps.
For like 10 minutes at a time.
And then we're going to find the guy who invented kerosene because he killed the entire industry. We're going to find him and we're going to kill him.
Yeah. True stories.
That's real. I feel like whaling probably sucked a lot.
Arguably probably one of the worst jobs ever.
Probably was really terrible.
Yeah. Probably sucked a lot.
Because once you get the whale, you get them, it's going to fight about it for like a month.
Yeah.
It turns out things don't want to die. Things that are alive aren't interested in dying.
I beg to differ, Chris. I kind of want to die.
All right.
Can you imagine? You actually just did that. That'd be crazy content. Caught in fucking 1080p and everything.
I shot you in the head just because.
I asked for it, I mean.
I was thinking, maybe it wouldn't be so bad. All right, bet.
Let me know.
Yeah, tell me how it is.
It'd be even funnier if instead of using like a revolver, you just use like a straight up buckshot loaded 12 gauge, just directly to the side of my head.
Shotgun.
Yeah, directly to the side of my head. Just clean gone.
Yeah. Man, we really are shooting from the hip this week, man.
No, I mean, I thought you would have had your whole arm out, but yeah.
Yeah, no, but from my hip. I was a radiation incident.
Oh. Yeah. Using the third hand, of course.
Yeah, no, I fell into a pot of radioactive material.
Oh, just rad-ons. Just a pot.
I fell into a pot Many sieverts were taken that day, and just a third arm sprouted out of my midsection.
That's where the third testicle came from.
That's where my third, fourth, and fifth testicle came from. The sixth one, I don't know.
Looking like a fucking bundle of grapes.
Sometimes it sounds like a sack of marbles when I run.
That one time that you ran, yeah, I just heard.
Or it sounds like a bunch of change.
Oh my god! Hey, remember, speaking of change, remember the episode of SpongeBob where Mr. Krabs preyed on children for their change?
Yes, I do, actually.
He was like, I can smell the change in their pockets. You know, it was weird.
SpongeBob, apparently, I can't find the episode, like, for streaming, but they did a whole episode that was a parody or a retelling of Moby Dick. And apparently it was a very good episode.
Of Moby Dick?
Yeah.
I know they did the Jaws one on the boat.
They did one,
it's not
like,
that one you're thinking
no,
of, right?
like it was a season 13 episode, like a very recent episode.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They did a whole Moby Dick episode, and it was about this clam, or white clam, or it was a jellyfish, a white jellyfish called Dopey Dick. I do not know how the fuck they got that past the censors, bro.
That's ridiculous.
They were like, they kept saying it too. It was like, you know, the writers were in this like, how many times did we put Dopey Dick in the script? That's what the episode's called too.
Dopey Dick?
Dopey Dick. And that's what they kept saying it in the episode.
Do we need to do a Dopey Dick reaction?
We could do a Dopey Dick episode.
What the fuck?
I can't find, like, I have Paramount. I can't find it on Paramount. They only have up to season 12. I've seen some clips. The degradation of SpongeBob is crazy.
It is, yeah.
Like, watching season 12 episodes I've watched are like, they're bad, but they're comprehensible. Like, I understand what's happening. And I saw a clip recently of a season 14 episode, and it was like I was watching. It was like I was watching what happens in the brain of a person with dementia. There was just like random. There was no like dialogue. It was like they were making like grunting noises. That was the whole episode.
Yeah, makes sense.
It was like Mr. Krabs, instead of saying stuff, he'd be like, like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
right words.
He kind of does that now. And he always got the really expressive faces.
Yeah, it's stupid, and it loses so much charm of what made SpongeBob really funny in the first place.
Yeah,
it was like, I want a Squidward back who says like, what happened to him before? He was like, too bad that didn't kill me. What was that?
Oh my god, yeah, too bad that didn't kill me. Oh my god.
Or I want the Squidward who hands a customer a baseball bat and goes, sir, could you please hit me in the head really hard with this?
And then follows that up by going, don't hold back.
Don't hold back.
Oh my god.
That's what I want out of SpongeBob.
That's what it is. It's the musical episode where he goes, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and they go, boom, and then all the things come out.
All the drumsticks hit him, and he goes, too bad that didn't kill me.
Yeah,
that's the Squidward I know.
Yeah, that's peak. Yeah, I don't know. This new Jolly Squidward really disturbs me.
Yeah, no, it's weird, and like Mr. Krabs is like, he's just a fucking fat idiot now. He's not like a.
He used to be like, he used to have like the old man intelligence, like the mentor.
He would have some kind of like old man wisdom, or like either that, or he was like, I'm gonna say this, and because I have some authority, SpongeBob's gonna listen. His stupid ass is gonna listen to me, so I can extort more labor out of him.
Yeah.
And now he's just like, we good. That's what he does now.
Yeah, even Patrick. Like, Patrick used to be, like, witty stupid. Now he's just, like, borderline extra chromosomes.
I want Patrick back that goes, don't you have to be stupid somewhere else? Not until 4.
Yeah, like...
That's the Patrick I want, bro.
Not this, like, sort of Patrick that's just dopey every second of every day, dude. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't hit the same. Just really doesn't. And SpongeBob went from being, like, smart, dumb, to being just straight dumb.
Like, he was naive.
Yeah.
But, like, he had something going on in his head.
Yeah, he still had goals and like aspirations. Like he lived alone. He took care of a pet. Like he was chilling, you know.
Yeah.
He just was a little naive to like the true intention of man / fish, I guess.
Yeah, and now he's like, they got rid of the cleverness of him. He's just a fucking idiot now. They're just all stupid.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
How is Sandy in the new episodes? I haven't seen shit on her. Is she even like a character?
In some of the new ones I've watched, yeah, but like she's just like a side. She's just like, she shows up. I feel like you know how there would be like Sandy episodes where there's like, this is an episode where SpongeBob and Sandy get into some kind of antics.
Yeah, like the Karate Island one and shit.
Yeah. That, from the stuff I've seen, doesn't really happen anymore.
Isn't there a lot of SpongeBob and Plankton episodes now?
Yeah, like Plankton's just chopping it up. He's just one of the boys.
Yeah,
now.
I don't like that.
It's weird that like Mr. Krabs and Plankton are just chilling together.
Like, are we gonna pretend that Deadeye didn't happen?
Like I don't understand. Listen, Plankton, even just looking at this from like, Plankton's trying to steal the Krabby Patty secret formula.
Yeah.
Even disregarding that. Mr. Krabs, there's a whole episode where Mr. Krabs dresses up as his daughter and tortures Plankton because he's so scared of whales.
Yeah.
Tortures Plankton to the point of Plankton trying to kill himself. That's a real episode.
Yeah, I remember that.
I simply would not hang out with that guy.
Yeah, I just feel like that's a little extra, you know?
To the point where Plankton went to lay down in the road to be run over by a bus. And then when Mr. Krabs was told about it, he laughed, bro. He thought it was the funniest shit he ever heard.
Check this shit out. He pulls out the vlog camera.
hey, Plankton.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. It's just bizarre.
And I simply would not hang out with that guy.
Or Atlanta SquarePantis, where, like, he sneaks along. Like, that was Pete Plankton, because he, like, sneaks along, but he has a conniving plan.
Yeah.
You know? So, like, the whole time he's there and he's involved, but he's doing something in the background. He thinks he's getting fucking WMDs, but he's just getting ice cream tanks. So...
Obtaining WMDs is crazy.
That's what he's trying to do. He gets robots and, like, tanks and nukes, but they're all ice cream.
He shows up, and in no uncertain terms, he has a battalion of nuclear weaponry now. And there's, like, the presidents on the television, like, we need to stop Plankton. Yeah. He's got... we need to go to war against Plankton.
I think the funniest part of that episode is, like, he genuinely shot them with a tank. It just happened to be ice cream. Like, he pulled the fucking trigger, blasting the entire crew with a tank.
He was ready to kill them, bro.
Dude, they would have died instantly. If it wasn't an ice cream tank, they were fucked. Like,
I like how the writers had a real moment where they were like, how do we get Plankton to shoot these guys with a bomb?
Without hesitation.
And then, like, have it be okay.
Yeah. Ice cream. Like, there's a lot of that. Yeah. There's, like, the whole episode where SpongeBob throws the pirate off the cliff when his fucking spatula breaks and he's reliving memories of him sword fighting. And he just yeets him off a cliff. Yeah. Like, okay.
When he gets that new spatula with the French accent.
Yeah. Trying to flip the patties and it's like... going side to side.
I think even the episodes of the earlier seasons that people were like, this episode sucks. I agree. There are still, in the earlier seasons, like, post-movie SpongeBob has been significantly shittier than, like, pre-movie SpongeBob. But there are still good episodes.
Yeah.
Like, up until, like, I don't know.
I think that's season 8.
Yeah, like, there's some halfway decent episodes.
Yeah.
There are shitty ones, but it's everyone that sucks now. Now, like, before, like, a bad one was, like, a one-off. Now it's, like, a good one is, like, a surprise one-off.
Keep in mind, too, like, the bad ones weren't even, like, wow, I just wasted my life, but kind of just, like, didn't hit.
Yeah, like, the bad ones in the earlier seasons was, like, oh, like, SpongeBob got a splinter, and there's, like, a lot of weird body horror, like, gross-out moments that happen in this episode.
Yeah, and even then, it still has its charm to it, too. Like, Patrick putting the dirt on it, and it balloons. He goes, I see there's a little swelling.
Yeah.
Like, there's a couple funny moments in there. Like, It still had its moments.
There's actual jokes instead of the joke being like,
yeah.
I'm not kidding. That's how the fucking dialogue is now. There's no dialogue. It's just people making noise.
The new version of that episode, like post season 8, is SpongeBob gets to Splinter and just goes "Youch" for like 35 minutes, and he just holds that note for like 30 minutes.
And Mr. Krabs shows up and he goes, and Patrick shows up and goes,
and then Splinter shows up and goes, "Jolly wee snapper, dude! I love my life."
Squidward skips in frolics in, throwing flowers. He goes, "Yippee! I'm so happy to be alive."
It's literally like the first day of spring episode from the early season where SpongeBob's literally skipping.
He's like, "I'm so happy! Yay! Yay!" And everyone's in the kitchen going,
Do you remember the episode?
Shit pisses me off.
Do you remember the episode The Cramp? When they do the cramp dance?
Do I remember that one?
So they enter a dance competition with Squidward in SpongeBob's mouth. Yeah. And then Patrick has a cramp, and that's how he wins the dance.
Yeah.
So at the end of the episode, the kid's literally on the ground going, tweaking. Yeah, that's like a post-credit thing. Yeah,
where they take over Squidward's body.
Yeah.
That one.
There's a post-credit scene with a little kid having a seizure, but he's just doing the cramp. And then all the characters do a one-liner on stage, and then they all do the cramp. That's like every new episode. Just do the cramp. It's fucking terrible.
It's stupid. It's so YouTube Kids now. Mm-hmm. Every I don't know if this is a thing with other TV shows because I'm not one who watches kids media very often.
Yeah, me neither.
But is every show like this now? Where it's all like YouTube Kids shit, where it's more sound effects than it is
and flashy colors.
Yeah, I get that it's good for like babies to have like colors and sounds and an array of things, because like a baby's not gonna I understand the intricacies of the plot here, or like I understand the dichotomy of Squidward's character where. Yes, he complains about SpongeBob, and at the end of the day, they're really friends.
Yeah.
The baby's not going to understand that, right? He's going to understand, like, red, yellow.
Red go squish.
Why octopus don't leave... Why yellow man don't leave the octopus alone?
Yeah. Do they even, like, hold shots in New SpongeBob anymore? Or are they just constantly doing cutaways?
They do hold shots, but I will say what they do is, you know how they would do like a gross out cutaway?
Yeah.
They do that way too often now.
Yeah.
Where they do it like multiple times an episode.
You would get it like once an episode or once every other episode usually.
It was like once every like couple episodes. Like it would happen, there would be like one gross out close up. There we go. And that was like, that's funny, but now they do it fucking like every 10 seconds.
Yeah.
This was one funny bit that we did. How do we ruin it entirely?
We film on thirds. Every third is a gross out.
Or how they did like the whole episode about the my leg thing. Mm. Where they did an episode about the guy who screams, "My leg!"
Instead of just having him in an episode.
And then instead of just having him as a continuous background gag, which as a background gag, really funny.
Yeah.
Like, my leg was like the SpongeBob equivalent of like the Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, I was literally just going to say that. That's exactly what it was. Like,
where it was like, oh, that's the clip that they always use. That's funny.
It was like up there with the Old Man Jenkins, like, fucking boat.
Aruga!
Yeah, like that thing. Like, yeah, I don't know.
And now they've just ruined it because now it shows up way too often and they always acknowledge it.
Yeah. So, moral of the story, modern kids, fucking mush brains. Like,
I feel like I'm no parent or child psychologist. I'm an idiot. But I feel like we need more brain nourishment.
Yeah, let's just get Cyberpunk going, like we were saying. It's like giving kids new brains right out the womb.
Yeah, I think so. Like, if we gave a baby a fully developed brain.
It's like, yes, this is great.
Right off rip. Like, he shows up, instead of being like, I'm a baby, he shows up and he shows up, the transplant goes through, it's instant. Right as the baby slides out, it's like a shotgun that, like, jettisons the old brain and shoots the new one in. because they got to do it quick because, you can't live without the brain.
Yeah.
Obviously. That would be stupid.
Don't be an idiot now. Be reasonable, at least.
The procedure happens, the baby goes, and then he goes, I think, therefore I am. Bars.
Maybe because the womb was a bit warm. It's a bit cooler out today.
It's a bit nippy.
Yeah. Can I perhaps get a trench coat?
Could I perhaps get a pair of warm socks?
And then the baby just immediately stands up, dusts itself off, like, see you, mother. And just takes out. Just gone.
Goodbye, mother. And he like packs like a bunch of Pampers in his suitcase, in a briefcase, and he just walks off.
It's like Boss Baby.
Puts on like a Trilby hat and just walks off.
Smoking a cigar, like. And fucking turns into like a noir shot. It's like a rainy puddle. And you think it's a frame, but then he steps in the puddle and he's like, no one ever loved me.
That would be another cool thing to make. Is like a Boss Baby noir film.
Yeah, where he's a detective. That'd be sick.
It's like I don't know the story. What happens in Boss Baby?
Well, it's a baby and it's a boss. That's the story.
A boss of what?
Diapers.
I'm the shitting my pants CEO.
I've been there for 23 years.
But I feel like being a detective baby would be a good thing. I think that would be interesting. Hire us.
Get him a badge. It says DB. Everyone refers to him as douchebag.
DB. It says DB. Cooper, not DB Cooper, because everyone, if he just has DB, everyone's like, oh, we found him. DB Cooper, we finally got him.
DB, no Cooper, dude.
DB.
That's how he introduces himself.
Baby. And he shows up and he's got there's like a murder mystery in like I'm picturing like an old 50s diner. There's a murder mystery that happens. It's raining, and then there's the doors burst open. There's a puff of smoke from a silhouette. From a silhouette, there's a puff of smoke, and this dark silhouette, the light moves in, or the figure moves closer to reveal it's Detective Baby.
Yeah, but he moves in and there's nothing, so the camera pans down.
It's Detective Baby. He's got a cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
Yeah,
and he goes, fetch me a whiskey. I got a case here. And he opens up a briefcase, opens up his briefcase, and they hand him a whiskey, and he pours it into a baby bottle.
He starts sucking on it.
Very good. He takes another puff off his cigarette, and he goes, well, let me get my paperwork here. He's got a box of crayons.
Busts out a pacifier. I'm feeling a little flustered. I was thinking, though, instead of DB Cooper, it's DB Pooper, dude.
DB Pooper's crazy.
That goes hard.
Dude, hire us. I'm telling you. We can make kids movies. We can make adult movies.
I was gonna say adult movies.
We can make adult movies.
You don't even need to hire actors for that one.
We're just two of us, a couple of us guys
just the
here.
Two of us. And Alex.
No.
You don't want that fuzzy peach fuzz head of his?
He can watch. He's gonna be in the corner of every shot.
Just fucking jerking off.
No, he's not even doing it. He's just watching. He's just observing.
He's DB.
He's like this. He's like,
He's like the goon.
He's like, or it's like he's watching a slam poetry performance. He's like,
can we end this, man?
Sure.
I'm honestly half tempted to cut all of this and put it in the beginning when we were like,
put all the funny, cut all the not funny part, and then put the funny part in.
Yeah. All right, we done?
I guess.
We got little kitty to play.
We gotta play with our kitty.
I don't know if I can't see my mouth behind the mic, so I'm just...
He just did he's doing a funny face. You just can't see it.
My tongue be throwing up gang signs.
So, where do we put this thing?
You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Radio Public, Spotify Podcast, and the RSS Feed, all linked below. There's also YouTube and Spotify, the video platform. And as always, you can contact us via email, synapsemisfire@pm.me, send your comments, questions, concerns, death threats, and most importantly, Little Kitty Bid City photo mode stuff. And there's Instagram, TikTok. That might be the record, by the way. Could be.
Maybe.
Could not be.
We'll measure it.
I bet if I wasn't this nasally, I could have went even faster, bro. What about fucking Eminem? I want to see Eminem do our fucking intro.
Do you think that's a get? You think we can get him?
I think we have the budget, the time, the power. We definitely have the pull in Hollywood.
Definitely.
Like, easily.
I could just, now.
I'll call him right now. Hang on.
Yeah. Yo, M.
Yo. No. Okay, he got a restraining order, but that's besides the
He
point.
blocked my number. I'm going to be... Dear Shady, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling.